Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Seftimor Podcast. I have another product review for you a couple days before Christmas. So, wanted to elaborate on a product that I got in October, and I had it on my holiday gift guide. I'll link it in the description. I have all my favorite products on there of the year, but this is going to be another product review. So, have some visuals up on the screen, so I recommend watching this on YouTube. If not, and you know what I'm talking about, obviously the podcast is fine. So we are talking about this guy right here, which is the Amazon Fire Tablet 8 HD. So I got this in October because I was always looking for an Android tablet. So let me go into the article here. Blog post was written first on seftimorlive.com. So let's get into it. My eyes have been on the Amazon Fire HD 8 for a while now, but I have a confession to make. Although I'm a huge Android fanboy, Android tablets don't match up to iPads. This is a truth. This is a reality. We got to deal with it as Android fans. The problem is I didn't want to dive back into the Apple ecosystem. Therefore, I wanted to find an affordable tablet that runs Android that I could read on, specifically for apps like Kindle and Comixology, both which are owned by Amazon. I had my eye on the Amazon Fire HD for a while. I watched a few YouTube videos. I linked to Travis McP. He had a really good video. I looked at a couple things, I think on PC Mag, like typed in top Android tablets. And this one was number one, which is crazy because the price is so right. I think right now they're selling them for Christmas for $50. So every video I found said that, once again, for the price, the Amazon Fire HD is one of the best tablets one could purchase. So where did I go? I went to Best Buy. I wanted to see the Amazon tablets up close. Tablets I checked out were the Fire HD 7, 8, and 10. I immediately knew which tablet I would purchase because of the size of the Fire HD 8. It was just right. The 7-inch model wasn't much bigger than my phone. We have a 6.3-inch screen on the Pixel. And the 10-inch was huge, but it was also really long. It wasn't, I don't know, I just didn't like the dimensions of the tablet. So I definitely knew I was picking up the 8. For me, it was between the 8 and the 10. And I ended up picking up the 8 just for portability, the compact size of it, the screen, and just something that I could carry around easily. I felt the 10-inch model was oddly shaped. I said that in the blog post. The Amazon Fire HD 8 was the perfect size for my needs, and it looks gorgeous. As previously stated, the size of the Amazon Fire HD 8 is perfect, especially for the price. The tablet I purchased was the 16 gig model. It was more than enough storage for my apps and any updates that the tablet would require. In my experience with tablets, anything less than 16 gig is not worth the purchase. Between apps, the operating system, and updates to that operating system, you need at least 16 gig. So I wouldn't recommend, I think they have an 8 gig. I wouldn't recommend that. I'd spend the extra money and upgrade to the 16 gig just so you would have more things if you play a lot of games, if you have a lot of apps, if you're like me, download a lot of books, a lot of comics. Books aren't that bad, but Comixology are pretty, take up a lot of storage. So it is stated in the name, but if you didn't know, the Amazon Fire HD 8 is in high definition. The battery lasted me all day and then some. Both sound and video were great while consuming shows on Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, all of the video platforms. Downloading apps or games was painless. The only thing which I get into here is in the next paragraph here is that it doesn't have access to everything because you're using the Amazon operating system. So you're using an Amazon app store, which to me was a big no, a big red flag. I didn't want that. But in 1 second, I'll tell you, games played great for the ones that I play. The ones that were more graphics heavy would be better suited on an iPad though. But I don't play a lot of crazy games. Like I said, I'm more for a reader. on these tablets, and more specifically for comics because of that big screen. I read comics on my phone, and when I do, it isn't enough for me. One page, you have to scroll on the page. I like seeing the artwork in one big picture, like it's meant to be, as if you were reading it from an actual paperback. Alternatively, I decided to sideload the Google Play Store on my tablet. Now I have access to everything in the Android ecosystem. The process is not hard, and I recommend everyone sideload it so they get the most out of their Amazon Fire HD 8. So there's 4 different files you have to download. You could just Google search it. It's very easy. And you just download these 4 files. And if they tell you download this one, then this one, then this one in a specific order. And then you have to install those in a specific order. And then you got the Play Store. You update it through the Play Store. You update the actual Play Store through the Play Store, and you're good to go. And it's been working great for me. So a couple apps like I know the wife likes Snapchat. I'm not a big Snapchatter, but that was on there, and you have access to the entire Play Store. So that's awesome. If reading, gaming, and consuming media are important to you, then I would go with this model over the smaller 7-inch model. And if you like the size of the 10, I would recommend that as well. It's bigger, beefier, but I just didn't like the dimensions of it. If you're looking for an Android tablet for a great price, then I highly recommend the Amazon Fire HD 8. While not as fluent or pretty as an iPad, you are getting an amazing tablet for less than half the price. I mean, we're talking $50 here right now for Christmas. At the end of the day, I never found myself missing my iPad. I actually preferred the Fire HD 8 over it because of being able to run the Android apps that I already am fully engrossed in the ecosystem on my Pixel. The Amazon Fire HD is by far my favorite tablet of the year. It combines a great price, compact size, and quality screen into a great package that is hard to ignore. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you everyone for watching. If you want, will have links in the description, which will be affiliate links for if you wanted to pick up an Amazon Fire HD tablet, or if you wanted to do any of your shopping through those links will also work. It'll support the podcast. Also, we have a subscription for the podcast if you would like to be a subscriber to here and support the podcast as well. That always helps, and I thank you if you do. If you want to see any content, any platforms I create on, Medium, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Mixer, my podcast is on Anchor and Facebook. It's all at Seftimor, Seftimor. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you. I appreciate you hanging out with me today. And I'll see you again tomorrow. We're getting closer to Christmas, and that is exciting. So please, if you use anything, use any links or anything, I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Peace.